Hey all, welcome to this uh, difference between JavaScript and TypeScript. So I have seen from many that they keep asking that I want to understand what's the difference between JavaScript and TypeScript. Do I need to learn separately the entire concepts for JavaScript? Do I need to learn separate time and efforts for TypeScript? So let's cover up what is the difference between JavaScript and TypeScript, or what we need to understand the differences between JavaScript and TypeScript, or are there similarities, or is just the same, or why the name JavaScript, TypeScript? So all that we are going to understand from this just one slide, what is presented to you all in front. Now, what is JavaScript and what is TypeScript? So JavaScript is abbreviated as JS and TypeScript is TS. So JavaScript is a dynamically typed programming language and TypeScript is statically typed programming language. Now, what do you mean by dynamically typed? So if you can see from this example, they have given here the keyword as let age is equal to 30. Age is a variable. 30 is the value. It's a number value which is stored in the variable age. Now, I'm using another variable to store another value, which is a string value, which is of the value name as John. Now, what I'm doing here in my third line is I'm taking the same variable age, which initially I had initialized it to a number data type. Now I am going to replace it with a string data type. When I execute it, there will be no error. And when I am going to print it out, so we use console.log and pass the variable name. In that case, it will not give you any error. And what is the last data or the value stored in your age variable is going to be printed. So that's how we say that it is dynamic in nature. That means whatever be the data type, initially it was a number data type. Now we are rechanging it to again a string data type, which is 30. And when we are going to console it, it's going to give you the data which is stored in its memory, which is 30, THIRTY, which is a string data type. In the second line, I've just showed you that how you can represent a string data type for inside a variable. So what happens here? They're saying the 2 points, no strict type checking. So in JavaScript or TypeScript, we call data types as simply types as well. Okay. So you will be hearing either data types or what is the type of this value. So we can say that there is no strict type checking. What happens is like initially, if you give a number value, it should ideally throw an error, right? Because it is a string value and you're storing it in the same variable. So you're replacing a variable, you can consider it as a container and it is storing another value inside it. So you are replacing it, you're trying to replace it a number data type with a string data type and you're trying to print it. So it is not going to give you any error and it is dynamic in nature. That means you are able to change the data type and store the value into the variable and print it out. So the variables can change the types. That means the same variable, which is age, you are able to change the data type for it, okay, and print it out. Now let's come to TypeScript. Now what is this TypeScript? TypeScript, we say it as statically typed. It's just the opposite of JavaScript. That means you cannot change the value of the variable once it is initialized. So let's say in this example, let age colon number is equal to 30. Now, what is this colon number? It's the annotation. Okay. So what is the data type? It is number. You are explicitly saying that I am going to initialize the age variable with this annotation number data type colon number, and number is a data type here. Annotation is colon number and 30 is my value. It is the number value. And it is said that it is going to be number, no more changes. It must stay as a number. Now I'm just representing a string data type and it is going to be strictly a string data type. So let name colon string is equal to John. John is a value, is a string value which is stored in the variable name. Now let's come to the third line, what are we going to assign the data type to the variable age? Age is equal to 30, THIRTY, and double quotes. So it represents a string data type. Anything in single quotes or double quotes represent your string data type. Now, when you're trying to print it out, so console.log, I'm going to show you on the VS Code as well how we are going to represent this. You're going to get an error. It says type string, not assignable to number. So you know that age is already a number data type. Age is a variable of type number, and you are going to initialize a new string value to it. And in TypeScript, it is going to throw you an error. So what is the difference you see here? JavaScript is dynamically typed. You are able to initialize a new value to the same variable of any other data type. But here, when we see that in TypeScript, it is initially number data type, and then you're going to change it to a string data type, which is not allowing you strictly. And it says that type string is not assignable to number. So initially it was age was a number, and strictly we have told by annotating it by say, so where you see colon number is nothing but the annotation. So annotating the age variable to a number data type, and likewise, when you're trying to change it in your third line, the value of the variable age to a string and printing the age variable, you will be getting an error. So what we can understand from TypeScript is it is a superset of JavaScript. So can you see there is a let keyword. The data types remain the same. We are going to see more concepts like why it is a superset. So that means every feature of JavaScript is also present in your TypeScript. And in TypeScript, variables must match their declared type. So we have declared the age variable as number. We have declared the name variable as a string, and it must be strictly adhering to it. So here we are going to understand why we are going to use why we are going for TypeScript. Now see, there is a standard, okay? So in order to write your programming language in JavaScript or TypeScript, there is a standard called as ECMAScript, ECMA or EScript. EScript is the standard for writing a JavaScript program. So you have a certain standard which you have to follow it. And this TypeScript follows the ECMAScript standard of writing your program. TypeScript adds extra features like types. So as I said, the data types, it is adding by annotating it. It is adding extra features like the types or the data types, but still compiles to standard JavaScript. Now let us see when I'm executing this, it is going to compile into JavaScript and you are able to execute the JavaScript file. Internally, what happens is there is this node.js engine, which is going to compile your TypeScript, and then you are able to get your JavaScript code equivalent for this TypeScript program. It helps catch errors early in the development. So see here, in the compile time itself, you're getting an error. But whereas in JavaScript, you're not getting any error, right? It's dynamically typed. In compile time, when you're writing the code itself, you're able to catch the errors. So it helps you very quickly to understand where are your errors and improves code quality, maintainability, and team productivity. So let us see the same in our VS Code. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. So here what I am going to write is, this is my, okay, I have, so you don't have to worry like, how did I get this VS Code? What should I install? What is that engine is required to execute my programs? You're going to learn one by one. For now, just see what is the difference between JavaScript and TypeScript, and do you think that what were you interpreting or assuming that I should learn separate JavaScript or separate TypeScript? Or is it one and the same? Or it is a superscript of JavaScript? So we are going to learn them. So in my day one folder, I'm going to create a new folder called as first program dot ts. Okay, so .ts is the extension for TypeScript program. So I have installed here my TypeScript compiler, TypeScript executor. So how everything is done, I'm going to let you all know in the upcoming series. So today let's see what is the difference between JavaScript and TypeScript. Now I'm going to write the first line of code as let class equal to 3. Now let string, let name 1 equal to playwright. This is my way of initializing a string variable. I have given the variable as class 1, which is of third standard. A student is in third standard. The name is playwright. And I'm going to reinitialize class 1 to a string data type, which is of JavaScript. So can you all see this? I have written a program in a file which is of TypeScript. This is a TypeScript file because it is having an extension .ts. Now, can you see in the compile time itself, when I hover this, there is a red squiggly line. And when I'm hovering over it, it says type string is not assignable to type number. So that means, though I am not annotated it, okay? So implicitly it is taking that it is a TypeScript file. It has to be a strict declaration of a value to a variable. And likewise, it is not assigning not allowing me to hold a string variable, which was initially a number variable. Okay. So now still if I am consoling it, I am trying to print it out. How do I print it out? In my terminal. How do I go to my terminal? Everything we are going to learn in my series. TSX. So this stands for TypeScript Executor. My file name, copy the relative path, paste it, change the backward slash to the forward slash, press enter. Now you see, though it is a compile time error, it's giving you the output, but still it is not recommended because it gives you bugs. In the early stage itself, it will help you to understand that it is strictly typed and you cannot rerun or rewrite it with another value. Now the same program, I'm going to create or maybe I can run the same program as a compiler. So if I want to compile it, TSC is TypeScript compiler, copy the relative path. And now you see, it showed you the error in your terminal that type string is not assignable to type number because number was there initially, and now you are changing it to a string and it is not allowing you. Now, did you see that there is a JavaScript program also appeared in my folder day one? Initially, there was only a TS program which I created, but now when I compiled it, there is a JavaScript program as well. Now, if you see the same lines of code, there is let class 1 is equal to 3, let name 1 is equal to playwright. Class 1, I am reinitializing it to a new data, another data type, which is a string data type, and I'm going to print it out. Okay, so I want to run this. Okay, so how will I run this? I will use node, copy the relative path, change the backslash to forward slash, and now you see it is printing me the new value which is stored in my variable. I hope you all have understood the difference between TypeScript and JavaScript. Now let's come to this TypeScript. Why is the squiggly line here? Because here itself also I have used the same variable name, which is class 1 and name 1. Okay. So that's why it is showing you a squiggly line. You can change it out. Now I'm going to annotate it. Okay. So either you can annotate, or when you are creating a TS file itself, it will understand that it is going to be a strict initialization of a data type. Okay. So I can use colon number, and here it is string data type, and here it is also string, but still it is giving me a compile time error because string only refers to a type, but it is being used as a value here. Okay. And how the execution happens, which whether it's a TypeScript, what is the installation, what is the package I need to install, how do I get this VS Code, how do I create these folder structures, what is the package, what is the engine required, all that we are going to learn in our next class. So now we understood what is the difference between JavaScript and what is TypeScript. Okay. So for any questions, you feel free to comment in the comment section. And what is the next topic you all want to learn? Please let me know in the comment section. I would be eager to take it up. Thank you for your time, and happy learning.